teacher, coach, and mentor, Joseph McCarty has been a leader in and out of the classroom and has always helped his students excel. Unfortunately, it is his last year at Chadron High School. However, the class of 2016 will always remember his contributions and commitment to our education. Please join me in welcoming Mr. McCarty.
As Shirley mentioned, tonight is bittersweet for me. It is, as she just mentioned, my last year in Chadron. For those of you who don't know my story, I've been in Chadron 7 years. I came here 7 years ago in 2009, all bright-eyed and bushy beard. And before that, I was living in Prague teaching English. I came home at Christmas in 2008, not knowing what I was going to do or where I was going to go. So I did what any responsible adult in my situation would do. I spent some time with my family at Christmas, and then I moved to Chadron, Nebraska to live on my brother's couch. Thanks, Brad. Now, my brother at the time, he was a theater student over at CSC, and he worked down in Angeles. So I figured, at best, I could sleep on his couch for several months, wash dishes at Angela's, figure out what I was going to do. And I was only in Chadron just a few days when I actually was offered the job here as the history teacher. And 7 years later, here I am. Now, I never intended to stay in Chadron this long, but Chadron has a way of sucking you in. You know, this school has become my home. Literally, like I probably should have put a mattress in my pod and saved money on rent. And Chadron has become my family. And you have become my children. For those of you who were in mock trial and in speech, you probably spent more time with me than your parents for months at a time. We took family road trips. We rocked out to Katy Perry in a minivan on our way down to Kearney. I've been there and tried to awkwardly support you as you were crying like a good father does. I cooked you breakfast on your big day. I took some of you to the hospital. I watched you on the courts and on the fields. I tried to set curfews for you. And just like your real parents, you never listened. And as your parents, I worry about you as well. I worry about what you're doing after school. I worry about what you're going to do in the future. I lose sleep at night worrying about you. Because whether you like it or not, you are my children. And you're going to go off to do amazing things. And just like a proud parent, I'm going to be right there next to you to take all the credit for your success. And there are going to be times when you stumble and you fall, and you will make mistakes, but you're going to get back up. When you make those mistakes, I'll let your parents take credit for that. But when you get back up, and you will, I will be right there to take all the credit again. You know, typically during... Sorry. That's weird. Secret message for my beard. That's weird. It says, "Dang, seniors, back at it again with the cap and gown." Anyway, typically in these speeches, we try and give you some deep, insightful advice for life. So let's get that out of the way. First, you can survive on a diet of ramen noodle and toast. Next, do not get in cars with strangers in foreign countries. Trust me, I know. Always wear clean underwear, unless you live in Wyoming. Because in Wyoming, brown and gold underwear is a sign of school pride. And don't do poetry, because you're not good at it. to be a lumberjack, then be a lumberjack. But to be honest, the best advice that I can give you is simply to work hard, to live with passion, to respect each other, and be a decent human being. That's it. It's that simple. So you are moving on to a new phase of your life. And this summer, I implore you guys to enjoy it. Spend time with your friends and your family. Go out and count the stars and ponder the vastness of our universe. Go out to the state park with your friends for long hikes and have deep discussions about your fears for the future. Don't sweat the little things. Love a lot. Laugh a lot. And don't forget, you are in the good times, and enjoy them while you're still in them. Now that we've got the fluffy, warm stuff out of the way, Cameron, Harley, I need you a little help here. We gotta get strapped in for this part. Let's do it. Let's rock.
So I'd like to congratulate you for defying the odds and doing what only 90% of high school seniors in Nebraska do. Congratulations. But seriously, this is your moment, and it is a big moment in your life, and you've earned it. We are all proud of you, and you do deserve congratulations. But do not take your education lightly. Too often in America, our children are caught up in the problems of the rest of the world. Some of you loathed being in school. But let me tell you what a gift it truly is to be given a free education. Let me put this in perspective for you. There are over 100 million children in this world who have no access to education. From girls in war-torn Afghanistan to Syrian refugees in Lebanon. If you ask them what they want to do with their life, the answer is the same. They want to go to school. So while some of you could not wait to get out, there are literally thousands of children dying to get in. So be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the opportunities that have been given to you. And do not waste them. You have been given an education. And an education is the solution to many problems in our world. The solution to poverty and income inequality is education. The solution to high crime rates and overpopulated prisons, education. The solution to global environmental problems is education. The solution to racism and bigotry and warfare is education. And you have been given it for free. Don't take that for granted. I want you to take a second and look around at the people in this room. Because they paid for your education. They invested in you. Why? Because we believe in you. We need you. We need you to make this world a better place. We need you to solve the problems that we could not. Please, give them a return on their investment. And go out there and do something amazing with your lives. Change the world. For us. For your community. For your family. For your country. Because tonight is about you. But the past 12 years of your education have not been about you. It's been about them. Your family, your community, your country, and your world. That's what you've been going to school for. So make it a better place.
Now you guys are going into a big change in your life. For some of you, you guys are going to go join the workforce. Others, that change might be going to college. A few of you are going to the military. Some of you, that big change is going to be shifting on the couch while watching a Netflix marathon. But those of you going into the workforce, I encourage you to find something you love. Because your days of being graded are over. Your days of a teacher defining success for you are over. It's your turn now. This idea of success can only be
same fun as you and minted to meet your standards. There will be no more tests. The only tests you will face are the test of your will, the test of your determination, and your grit. Now I know you may not find a job that you love. I realize that. But whatever job you do find, become good at it. Pursue it with conviction and take pride in what you do. When you come home at the end of the day, be proud of what you have accomplished. Now there are a few of you who are off to join the military, and that is a sacrifice not many Americans are willing to take. But I would like to remind you that you are joining the service. You are serving the people of this country and the people of this world. So be proud of what you're doing and make the nation proud of the safety for which you provide. Those of you that go to college, I cannot stress this enough. This is your opportunity to gain the skills, to gain the knowledge, to make this world a better place. I feel all too often our society tends to forget that universities are a place of higher education. You know, America has one of the highest percentages of high school students going off and enrolling in colleges. That's amazing. But unfortunately, we also have the highest percentage of college dropouts as well. So I implore you, do not go to college for the social aspect of college. I know it's a major part. I know it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But that is not the ultimate purpose. It is not to go have fun socially. Because when you're 40 years old and you're still paying on your student debt and you're looking back at your life in college, you will realize that all this money you're paying was to do something you could have done for free. So make your college experience worth it. Challenge yourself in college, read the assigned materials, read the materials that aren't assigned, and go to class. Because in college, not going to class is like paying for a hotel room and sleeping in your car in the parking lot. It's a waste. So make your college worth it. It's your opportunity to better yourself. Don't worry what other people around you have. You may feel that you don't have the same opportunities because you were impoverished, you had a broken home, you were picked on in high school. You may not feel like you're as better as some of your classmates, but don't worry what they got. Worry about what you got. And never use your past as an excuse for holding back on the future. Only use it as motivation. So, no matter which one of those paths you choose, I would want to encourage you to find what you love and dedicate yourself to it. Become exceptional at it. You must always strive to become better and the best at what you do, and never succumb to mediocrity. As Charles Bukowski wrote, if you are going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you are going to try, go all the way. Do it. And you will do it, despite rejection, despite the odds. Go all the way. There is no other feeling like it in the world. And you will walk alone amongst the gods, and the night sky will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. Do it. Go all the way. Finally, I'd like to talk to you about time. In the words of Henry Rollins, he said, there is no such thing as spare time, no such thing as free time, and no such thing as downtime. The only thing that you have is lifetime. So go. Life is not meant to be a spectator sport. You were not meant to stand on the sidelines and watch it pass you by, because you see, time is a finite resource, and you will never be able to replenish it. You will never get a single second of your life back. So make it count. As you go on in life, you have very little precious time, and only you can make your life worth living. And life doesn't have to be about slaving it away in a job that you hate so you can buy a house, fill it with junk, march on to retirement just so you can finally start living. There is nothing out
you about a condition that you may develop, and you must avoid at all costs. It's called complacency. Never become complacent with where you are in this world. Never become complacent with what you have. Always strive to make yourself better. And ask yourself every morning, are you better than yesterday? Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, ask yourself, are you better than yesterday? And if the answer to that question is no, only you have the power to change that. So change it. And don't be afraid to challenge yourself in this world. Don't be afraid to go out there and do something that scares you every once in a while, because that will remind you that you're still alive. And when you're facing that fear, when your back is against the wall, sometimes that's when you figure out what you're truly capable of. Somewhere in between fear and failure, you often find success. So seniors, the world is in your hands. So show us what you can do. Set the world on fire. Your time is now. This is your time to move. This is your time to dream. This is your time to create. This is your time. So go. So class of 2016, whose time is it? Our time. Whose time is it? Our time. Whose time? Our time. Now what are you going to do with it? Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.